Hi guys! Did you know that pharmaceutical companies in the US spend twice as much on advertising than on research? With this nice fact about advertising, I will now invite you to our live stream. Our today's topic is a demonstration exam, first of all, but with the focus on advertising. Hi guys, so I will just explain you what we're going to do today. So we are going to see a demonstration exam, and first of all I will I will tell you what the task is, what the student next to me has to do, and then I will also analyze it with you. Our next point is the demonstration exam. Victoria, my assistant, will do it for you today. So she's going to give one bad example, and then one good example. So you should know how to do it. And our third topic is the analysis of the exam. So I will explain you what Victoria did and what she did well and what she did maybe not so well. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Then here is our question paper with the topic of advertising. So first of all, Victoria is asked some questions about her career and future plans. I can't read that. That's shit. Sorry. And so can you read this? Yeah, that's better. I'll just zoom in a bit. Yeah. So. So then the task one. Only the task, of course, is that Victoria should present us, the audience, an appropriate advertising medium. So I read you the situation. So you or Victoria hold a seminar for entrepreneurs, who are the examiners, who are starting their own business and want to find the optimal advertising medium. You choose the one which you think fits best and tell them about it. So that's what she has to do. And then her task is to give a small presentation to the audience and the advertising medium you choose. So she gives a presentation about the medium she chose and why she chose it, and she should talk about the advertising medium, then the advantages of this medium and the possible restrictions of this medium. So I will start the presentation again because we have read that. And now, so that's our question paper. Victoria already knows about it. No, not yet. Thank you. And then we will do it after. But first, I will just go through the source with you. So I found an internet link on Quizlet. Do you know Quizlet? It's a online tool where you can study. And the topic of this Quizlet is types of advertising media. So someone, Amisha Budrani, created this topic, and here she has that's just advertising. And here she has the different medium. So television, radio, newspaper, national or local, magazines, posters, billboards, then cinemas, DVD, Blu-ray and discs, leaflets, and then the internet, of course, and other forms of publicity. And of course, product placement. We talked about that already. So I'm curious what happens when I press on a topic. Nothing, okay. And here I think you can choose how you want to study them. We could, for example, create Karteikarten. Ah, nice. So we have television, and then we turn it, television and advantages and disadvantages, which is very nice, I think. So we can do it like, what's that? I just wanted to have it bigger. Or can you read that? I think you can read it. But anyways, we will just go back because I will give you an overview, and that's not what I meant. So here Victoria can choose a medium which she thinks is appropriate for our audience, because we want to sell our product, and she's the expert who tells us how. So if, for example, I won't go through all of them with you, but just to have an overview. So television, here are the advantages. It reaches millions of people, the biggest number of consumers, and it is easy to aim at the target audience. Then we have radio, for example. It's cheaper than television. Then you can use songs, but there are also disadvantages, like cannot advertise visually, only orally, I think. Orally, yeah. Or newspapers. So national newspapers are often bought by a particular group of people, so only a particular target group buys a certain newspaper. But disadvantages, they are sometimes usually in black and white. I wouldn't say that, because nowadays we also have colorful newspapers. They're not very eye-catching. I wouldn't say that as well, because I think that newspapers are really eye-catching. When you have something on the title page, on the first page, it catches your eye when you just pass by a small stand or a small magazine where you can buy magazine, that's a word in French, but a small shop where you can buy newspapers. Sorry, it was language interference. And then we have magazines, like newspapers. That's maybe a good disadvantage, because they're only published weekly or monthly, which is not a lot, of course. Not very often, sorry. But there are, of course, magazines which are also published every day. Now I got what I do when I click here. Can you see this small symbol? I think it reads out the word for me. But I think we don't have any sound here, so you can't hear it. Because it would be nice. I just tried. Now. So.
Magazines.
Magazines. So that's American English. Or
newspapers.
Or radio. Or television. That's nice, I think. And what we have here?
Posters, billboards.
That's really fun, I think. So we'll just, so posters, billboards, they are permanent, of course. They are there for some weeks. Then they are cheap. There's I don't know how many they cost, but I guess they are cheap. I think, maybe this source lies, but I don't know. Can easily be missed as people go past them. And sometimes posters or billboards can have a really bad location where no one, or maybe just a few people see them, and that's not very good when you want to advertise your product, of course. And here, what I just saw, that they also give suitable products. So, for example, local events or widely purchased products. Or here, cinemas, suitable Coca-Cola when teen movies showing, for example. So, you have to, of course, think about your target group and when you want to place your ad and where, of course. Then we also have leaflets, which I think is a nice method, but on the other hand, when I get a leaflet, then I sometimes don't read it or I just throw it in the bin. Sorry, and yeah, that's why maybe they are not as appropriate. And then we have also the internet, of course, because yeah, the internet grows and grows. Sometimes people already say that the internet is dead, but yeah, maybe they are right, I don't know. And the internet also has advantages and disadvantages, but we already talked about this 2 weeks ago, I think, because we talked about the different types of media or where you can advertise your product. So I just wanted to go through them a bit with you, and I don't know, Victoria, are you ready?
Yes.
Perfect. So we'll just start with the demonstration exam. So we first give you one.
Hello.
Here's Victoria. She's very small.
Yeah, it looks very strange.
Yeah, I'm like
Okay.
that, so that's better
So
now.
we'll just be having my hair.
Yeah, that's better, I think.
Okay.
In general, she is smaller than I, or than me.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can say both. I or me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
But I think she's a bit nervous. Are you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little
because,
bit.
Of course, it's an exam situation.
Okay, that's true. So we will just start with some small questions, some easy ones. So Victoria, what are your plans for your future? Because you're passing your A-levels very soon.
Can I just...
Yeah? You want
this
to
is not
add
a bad
something?
example.
The bad example, yeah.
Okay.
Bad example.
Sorry.
Don't copy.
Ow.
Okay, so we restart again. So Victoria, what are your plans for the future?
Well,
What do you want to do afterwards?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna go abroad somewhere.
Okay. Nice. Where? Do you have any plans?
Well, maybe to French or to
To France, you wanted to say?
to France, yes, or to the USA.
Okay.
Or somewhere.
Nice. Perfect. So, do you want to go study afterwards, or do you have any plans, or just is it a bit uncertain?
Well, I don't know yet. Maybe I just want to have a good time and party.
Okay.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, sure.
And
Why not?
I would like to meet different lads all over the world.
Different what? Sorry.
Lads? Can't you say that?
Lads. What's
Lads.
that? Lads.
Guys?
Guys.
Or
Okay.
people?
I didn't know that word. Maybe it's a slang word.
So I would like to meet different people.
Different people. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, perfect. So, thanks for the small introduction. So, Victoria, another question.
Sorry. Yeah.
So we just start with your exam. Have you had some time to prepare, and did you prepare well?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So
I hope so.
So do you want to just start right into and do the monologue for alone?
Yeah. Okay. So welcome everybody. Today I will be talking about advertising media. Sorry. And I thought I was gonna talk about television because I think it's a good medium to do things with, to promote the product. for a firm, for example.
Mhm.
Sorry, I have to reread.
Mhm.
There are, I know television is old,
Mhm.
and there, I think that young people don't look at it that often
Mhm.
anymore. I think it's my main target would be old people,
Mhm.
and for example, if an old guy,
Mhm.
he likes to watch TV a lot,
Mhm.
and I think you can influence them a lot.
Okay. Mhm.
And as television has been all over the world,
Mhm.
and everyone has one,
Mhm.
although they don't use it that often anymore, I think that it's good
Mhm.
to do to engage it in your advertisements, if you can say that. I'm not sure.
It's your turn. I don't comment now.
And I think it has a great influence on people,
Mhm.
so you could use that a lot.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I think I forgot the advantages, yes, and possible restrictions. Well, I think that possible restrictions are that, as I already mentioned, younger guys
Mhm.
don't look at it nowadays
Mhm.
too often. And, well,
Mhm.
that's it, I think, the
Okay.
restriction.
Mhm.
That was. Do you have any questions left?
No, maybe one or two, yeah. So why don't you think that another medium like the internet is appropriate? Why did you stick at the television, which is an old medium?
Well, I think it also is depending on the product you want to promote.
Mhm.
For example, yeah. For example, for old people, I think they really like to look at advertisements where they can, like, teleshopping.
Mhm.
Do you know that
Mhm.
in Austria? I think it's very popular between old people.
Mhm. And why are old people your target group?
I think they are influenced the most easily.
Mhm. And you want to buy your product, or you want your product to be bought from old people?
Yes.
Okay. Mhm.
So, but I'm not sure about my product already.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it will, of course, develop, or I don't know, yeah. But thank you very much, Victoria. And we will now, yeah, I just have a quick explanation.
How you want?
Thank you. Yeah, and then we will move on with the good example. Because this one was obviously, or not so obviously, because I think you did a good job, even though it was a bad example. So now I will just going to explain you why it was a bad example, because I didn't wrote down every mistake, but she very often used, or she very often fabricated grammatical mistakes, tense mistakes, but also vocabulary mistakes. She spoke in slang sometimes, which is also not appropriate for an exam. And she sometimes confused as well people and tenses, and yeah. And Victoria sometimes also she had some pronunciation mistakes. She didn't pronounce the th as th, where you have to put your tongue between your teeth. So you do it like, You're like that. So, and I think that was a mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake. So, and also some other pronunciation mistakes, but I don't remember all of them. Yeah. Do you remember some?
Well, I don't know.
May-
I remember,
yeah.
I remember when I said between older people when you should say amongst.
Yeah.
But
That was a grammatical
Yeah.
mistake. I'd say, yeah. So it was a good, bad example because it was not too bad, but also not too good. Even though it was good, I think. And now we will move on with the good example. So I just move a bit. So Victoria, is it okay when we now move on with the good example?
yes.
Perfect. So good example. You
I
can
hope
copy
so.
this example.
I hope
We
so.
hope you can copy it. Yeah, I think so. Okay, Victoria. So, what are your future plans? Do you have any plans after your A levels?
Yes, I would like to go abroad,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to teach in a teachers program
Okay.
somewhere, maybe in France or in the USA, or
Okay.
maybe also in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
But I should definitely have some profit out of
Mhm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. And do you want to study afterwards, or do you want to work, or what? Do you have already plans?
Well, I'm not sure yet because it depends on the experiences I'm having if when I'm abroad,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will decide, because if I'll be working in a teacher's program
Mm-hmm.
or like an assistant program rather.
Okay.
And then I will decide if I would like to become a teacher or not. Otherwise,
Okay.
maybe I'll start to work somewhere.
Yeah. Perfect. Very nice plans. So if you are okay, or if you agree, we will now move on with the exam. And yeah, so just go through your monologue or your points, and then
Okay, so welcome everybody. First of all, I would like to give you an overview of my presentation for today. First of all, I would like to tell you which medium I choose. It's it's the internet. Then I will be talking about the advantages of the internet and why I would recommend it to other people. Sorry. I will first of all I will talk about the internet, but I will keep myself short on that. Then the advantages of the internet, and then maybe possible restrictions of the internet. Okay, so as I already mentioned, I chose the internet, and I think that it's a medium which is everywhere nowadays. So basically everyone in the Western world, let's say so, has internet. So I think it's the best, or one of the best advertising mediums you could choose to promote your product. So first of all, if you want to create a website, for example, for your product, it is very cheap and very easily created. So, and you can also put a lot of information onto that, which I think is very helpful in order to promote your product. What I think is also very important is that with the internet, people are able to make to buy something the instant they see it. So for example, if they see an advertisement when they're, I don't know, on Facebook or somewhere else, and they see an ad popping up, and they think, okay, this was the thing that I was looking for, and they can just log in and look at the website, and then they can just buy it immediately. So it's very quick. And what is also very important or very interesting when it comes to advertising on the internet, that it's you have the ability, as a customer, you have the ability to compare a lot of different the same products but from different markets, for example. So you can look for the best price, and there are also some search engines which already show you which products are the cheapest and where they are the cheapest. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about possible restrictions or disadvantages of the medium. I think for a lot of people, or for a lot of customers, it becomes kind of annoying because you are constantly bombarded, if you could say that, or you constantly get mails of advertisements. So I think it's very annoying for people and very exhausting to look at each advertisement, and at one point you're just going to say, okay, I'm going to delete everything.
Okay, yeah.
So I think if you want to advertise something on the internet, it has to be really precise and specifically made in order for people to really be interested, to attract interest from customers, and to not to target them, but not to pursue or follow them or pressure them into buying the product. So you still have to want to buy the product on their own or by themselves, and they should not feel like they're being followed by something all the time, which sometimes we get the feeling.
Yeah.
So, well, this was in general my presentation on the internet and why I would advertise on the internet and why I chose it as the right medium. Thank you for your attention. Are there any questions left? Sorry. I think everything's clear, really clear for me. Okay.
And do you think that another medium could also be appropriate for your product?
Well, I think it depends on the product and also on the target group. Because, for example, I wouldn't, as the youth of today is really no longer into watching television anymore, I would not put a product specially produced for the youth or for teenagers onto the television or advertise via television, but I would look at the product, the target group, and the medium, and then I would try to find a compromise.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so thanks a lot, Victoria. Thank you for your A-level, for the first part of your A-level. So, thank you. I will now...
Bless you.
Thank you. That's fine. We will now analyze it, but I will write this down with you. So, wait a minute. Okay, sorry. Okay, analysis. So, Victoria did very well in her second demonstration exam because she gave an overview. You can see this. Sorry, can we?
Sorry.
No problem.
I was entering too.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so first of all, she gave an overview, which is very important when you do your A-level, because you should, first of all, give your audience kind of a direction. Bless you.
Bless you, yes.
Thank you. I'm fine now. That's very nice. So first of all, you have to give an overview where you kind of give a direction of your product. Sorry, not of your product. I can't concentrate anymore. But a direction of your speech or of your exam. So that this overview leads the audience, so they know what you're going to talk about. And then Victoria went through all of the points. I just go here. because she first explained the advertising medium she would recommend and why she would recommend it, even though we don't have or we haven't had a product which she or an imagined product, we hadn't got one, but she just chose to pick the internet as a medium, which is a good idea, I think, because the internet is growing and growing. And then she explained the advantages of this medium, and she didn't explain the disadvantages. No problem. And then she didn't explain the disadvantages, which is a good idea because she wanted to convince the audience to. No problem. We're having some technical mistakes here or problems. Yeah. And because she wanted to convince her audience to invest in her or to invest in the internet, so this was a good idea to only mention the advantages. And then she also mentioned the possible restrictions of this medium, which is very clear and very. She gave a frame, and then at the end, I will write it down here. Overview, then questions. Answered all of them. Sorry. Oh, sorry. So, yeah. It's right, isn't it? I think we just have German, so English. Okay. All of them. And then she made a small summary at the end of all her points, and that's what I found very useful, because she just wrapped up all she said once again, and then everybody knew where that she was at the end, and she just summarized the main points, and this was quite interesting, I think, and also a good example which you should also do in your A-levels. So I finished my presentation now, and we also have finished our exams, our demonstration exams, and I think thanks for your attention. And this was my last live stream actually for the year, but also for a long time, because I'm leaving on Erasmus in January, so I won't be here in Innsbruck anymore. And that's why I also wanted to thank you for your attention, and for our followers, of course, for the comments, even though they weren't many. But I that's also fine. So maybe you just thought about it and didn't write it down, so that's fine. And yeah, what else? So I wish you a happy Christmas, a good New Year, a happy New Year, and you will see Victoria next week. So maybe I will be as a background trainer, so I will be in this studio, but I won't talk, which is good. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what her plans are. But yeah, it was just my last live stream. And thank you a lot. I hope to see you soon again, maybe sometimes. When you see me on the street, just wave me and say, hey, yeah, never mind. Okay, good evening, guys, and see you next week. Bye.